High school romance. This subgenre has given us some of the most exciting and impactful love stories over the years. Luckily for us, the last few seasons have been a goldmine for high school romantic comedies. And in this video, I'm going to tell you guys about the best new high school romantic comedies that you need to watch in 2023. And the very first high school romance on the list is Kubo Won't Let Me Be Invisible. As the title suggests, the show follows an MC who's so inconspicuous that he's almost invisible to his classmates and even his teachers. But while everyone pretends as if our boy Yunta doesn't exist, his classmate Kubo is always goofing around with him. She not only notices him, but is determined to not let Yunta become just another background character. And she uses all sorts of crazy tricks to make him stand out because she likes him and wants others to admire him as well. I mean, how can you get a bad show with such a hearty plot? It's a shame that the anime is stuck in production hell, and I just hope they figure things out soon, because I can't wait to see where this story will go. At number 9, we have the demon child of high school romance and the isekai genre. I'm sure my D-Gen brothers have figured out that I'm talking about I Gotta Cheat Skill in Another World. Now, when I first heard of it, I thought it was gonna be just another isekai trash. But so far, it's proven me wrong in every single way. Now, before I start, let me make this clear. This isn't an objectively great anime, but I'll be damned if it isn't one of the most fun anime of 2023. It tells the redemption story of Yuya, a boy who's been humiliated and bullied all his life for being overweight. Like, seriously, this guy has got one of the saddest origin stories I've ever seen. Luckily, his life takes a complete 180 and he turns into an absolute gigachad after stepping foot into another world. However, unlike most other anime, he doesn't abandon his previous life. Instead, he goes back and uses his newly acquired gifts to get a fresh start. And on his journey, he meets some really interesting women who are all in to win his heart. It's a really fun anime, and I just hope they don't abandon this silliness that makes it so special. Our second fantasy romance on the list is Endo and Kobayashi Live. This romantic comedy is one of the most underrated shows on the list. Seriously, it's like I'm the only one who watched it, which is such a shame, because it's also one of the most innovative romance anime on the list. It starts off as your run-of-the-mill high school romance between Endo and Kobayashi, who are both part of the broadcasting club. And while their chemistry is enough to carry the show, the writer decided to throw in another romance story that takes place in a fantasy world, but is connected to our two main characters. I know it seems like a mess, but this anime has a really good flow, so don't worry about getting lost. It also surprised me with just how maturely it dealt with the character of our tsundere Lieslotte. Instead of making her one-dimensional, they gave her an actual backstory, which helps us connect with her despite her obvious faults. Tezuka Productions has done a great job with this story, and you should definitely put it on your watch list if you like a good old shoujo romance. Next up, we have Tomo-chan, an anime that showed us how falling in love with your best friend is a scary-ass thing. This really well-animated show starts off when Tomo confesses her feelings to her childhood friend Jun, but instead of getting flustered like most weird MCs, the guy acts as if it's not a big deal. His casual response makes Tomo realize that the dude doesn't even see her as a girl, and as soon as this reality hits, Tomo begins her arc of becoming kawaii to stop Jun from treating her like one of his bros. Some wild and really funny characters are helping her on this seemingly impossible journey, and the anime would really suck without these guys. Watching this reminded me of the romantic comedies of the early 2010s, and that's probably why I really enjoyed this laid-back anime. Coming up at number 6, we have The Angel Next Door Spoils Me Rotten, which is one of the most wholesome romance anime of all time. It was really hard to determine where this anime belonged on this list. On one hand, the cute romantic moments between Mahiru and Amane are too good to miss out on. On the other hand, I think this anime lacks some spice. I mean, for the entirety of the first season, we had only a single serious episode, which is exactly why this anime feels one-dimensional. So make it a must-watch if you're into cutesy romantic comedies, but if you're looking for something dramatic, this might not be the anime for you. We're at the halfway point, and this coveted spot is occupied by the dangers in my heart. Now I'ma be honest, I loved the manga, so I knew I was gonna enjoy the story. I mean, how the hell can you not enjoy the shenanigans of a self-proclaimed psychopath? I'm of course talking about our protagonist Ichikawa, who dreams of causing chaos and bloodshed. And yet he's also a pretty decent guy, who'd help a girl save face by making himself look creepy. The romance here is slow, but it will pick up, so don't even think about dropping it. I'm also seriously impressed by just how good they made it look, and I just hope they don't take any liberties with the source material, because it's perfect just the way it is. Moving on to number 4, we have Skip and Loafer, an anime that once again showed us why you don't sleep on any show from PA Works. They just have this ability to bring absolute bangers out of nowhere, and this one is shaping up to be one of the best in their giant catalogue. Now I won't try to describe the story because there aren't any real twists or tropes. Instead, what you have here is a slice of life anime with some of the most realistic characters I've ever seen. And as for the romance, it's instant. Shima and Mitsumi know why they like each other and aren't shy to show their feelings. And this fast-paced romance is just one of many great things about this anime. Up next, we have Insomniac's After School, which is shaping up to be one of the most thought-provoking and exciting romance dramas this season. This high school romance starts when Ganta learns that his classmate Isaki also suffers from acute insomnia. Since they are in the same shitty boat, they decide to light up their nights by hanging out together. This marks the beginning of a romance that's deep and nuanced. Our characters are going through a lot, but they don't let problems stop them from enjoying their precious teenage years. The animation is also superb here. Some of these scenes reminded me of Your Name, which is probably the best compliment I can give to any romance anime. At number 2, we have Fufuijo, which is by far the spiciest anime on this list. I mean, this romantic drama ticks all the boxes. It has a complete love triangle. Our MC goes through some decent and realistic character development, and the romance isn't rushed whatsoever. Akari and Jiro come to like each other over the course of nearly half a dozen episodes, and even then they're not sure about their feelings. After finishing it, I distinctly remember thinking that a romance anime doesn't need a perfect story to be entertaining. Sometimes it can be a mess and still feel exciting and fresh. It also helped that it had some breathtaking animation and character design, which makes it more eye-catching than pretty much any other anime on this list. Now, before I reveal my favourite high school romance anime, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss any more future uploads like this. And finally, we come to Romantic Killer, which despite its not-so-romantic name, is a hidden gem in the high school romance world. For those of you who haven't watched this anime, it basically tells the story of a girl who's being forced to fall in love with a bunch of really good-looking guys. The wizard who's trying to hook her up with our hot guy is unhinged, and will go to any length to create a romantic moment for our female protagonist, Anzu. Anzu, on the other hand, has no plans of falling in love. She will do anything in her power to keep guys out of her life. Now, from this premise, you might be tempted to think that it's just another romantic comedy, and I don't blame you. I had the same opinion until the anime showed me just how deep it goes into exploring human emotions and feelings. I had so much fun watching this series, and I really hope this video inspires more people to watch this underrated masterpiece. And that brings an end to today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.